Good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. Christmas is a time that evokes so many memories. We remember previous Christmases, times when we were children and we could not sleep at night out of pure excitement. Times when we may have enjoyed Christmas parties. Times when we have children of our own and we stage the scene to enhance their belief in Father Christmas. Such good times. Times when we were young and physically strong and able. And these memories can remind us that we are far less able to cope physically in these latter years of our lives. It is not getting old that is difficult, but rather it is our deep-seated fear of aging that plagues us. We tend to see aging as a gateway to a wasteland, not a gateway to the flowering of the spirit or the growing of our soul in God. We need to remind ourselves of the beauty of aging, of its graced freedoms, of its space for renewal. As we age, we encounter many challenges, and we can choose to make these the route to spiritual adventure. Our attitude to aging is the difference between life and non-life, between seeing God in all things and simply giving up. Physical loss is a feature of aging, but it is not as prevalent as you might think. Over time, we have begun to live longer lives. People are living into their 90s more often now and in more active ways than in previous years. Only 7% of those between the ages of 65 and 84 require help with personal care, and 25% of those who are over 84 require personal help. So by and large, the majority of the elderly are quite able to care for themselves. It would seem that true incapacity only comes, on average, in the last 3 months of our lives. So life does not end until it ends. So do not give up living before then. How will we live the life that we have lived? Will we live it as a kind of dark and slow dying? Or will we live it as an entirely new stage of life? A stage that challenges and matures us, particularly in our faith. How we live, that is our choice. If we count aging as nothing but a series of losses, then we lose sight of its gains and we become filled with fear. Fear makes us watch carefully for the signs of deterioration. We watch our peers and compare ourselves to them. Am I more agile? Are they more agile? And underneath all of this are the deep emotional, psychological, social, and spiritual questions. And many of these questions are rooted in fear. One of the common questions of this time of our lives is, who will be there for me when I age? Particularly for those of us who have children overseas. Who will care for me? Yet fear is, of course, a good sign of life. It is a sign that there is still life in us, that we are very much alive. Life after 65 is not a pathology. It is a new stage of living. We need not fear every change, every loss, but rather see every change and every loss as a call to a new beginning. If you can no longer walk as you used to, find a new passion. As your physical ability recedes, well, find something that is beyond the physical. And then you will begin to realize that you are much more than your body. You have always been much more than your body. Our obligation now is not to be able to jog or cycle at the age of 90, but to stay as reasonably healthy as possible, to do the things that interest us, to age well, so that those who encounter us have the courage to do the same. As the physical abilities that we once had begin to diminish, it's time to tend our souls and to be open to God's work in the inner world. It is time to do those things that take time. It's time to plant and wait with patience for the crop. It's time to reach out. It's time to care. And what we must not do is nothing. We have to live with a changing body, which we are unable to control. But we can control the shape of our lives and how we allow God to direct us in that. The generations around us depend on us as we depend on them. They depend on us as a model of how to live, how to grow spiritually, and how to make the most of what is. Each age has its fears, and it is our responsibility to confront the fear of our age, which is the fear of weakness, and to enable people to understand that each age has its treasure. I met a lady recently who said, life is just the best in your 80s. It's the best of times. And so this Christmas, remember that though you may not be as physically capable as you used to be, still, you are a gift to those who gather at Christmas. You are a gift of experience and a gift of wisdom. Never forget that. Amen.